All right, this is Pascal again with Vanguard Global LLC with part 3 of why black businesses fail 99% of the time. So in this one, we're going to kind of make it as short as possible, but I want to give you some really key advice, if you will, and things that you really need to do. We've covered a lot in the first two, so if you haven't seen those, you need to go and find those two videos. Just take the title in and just put the number 3 or 2 or 1 in at the end, and it will give you what you need. You'll be able to find it in YouTube. So this video, I'm going to go into how you can really make things happen. So let's say if your credit is not good, the first thing that I want you to do is go to this place here. It's a website. It's called Credit Info Center, and you can always freeze the video so that you can actually get to this part right here so you can see the URL. And this is extremely important. I've used this program created by a woman by the name of Rachel Walsh, I believe, and this program is ridiculous. We have helped people remove bankruptcies, judgments, liens, you name it, anything in the credit arena. We've been able to help people remove those things when we were active in the personal credit arena. And so now I just suggest to people that they go out and they buy this themselves and do the work themselves. It's not that difficult, so you can make it happen. This is so fire. It's so powerful because, when I first started buying this lady's program before she sold the website, I was paying $300-400 for what you're able to get for $29 now. $29.95. The thing that made it so good is that within this program, you get everything you could possibly need. She gives you case law. She gives you the book here, which I've always recommended. Oh, here you go, Christy Welch. The Good Credit is Sexy. I have always recommended this book because it is just fire. It is absolute power. As they always say, knowledge is power. I'm telling you, in this particular instance, it is the truth. It works. Everything in this book is hugely powerful, and the way the book is set up, you don't have to start from from the beginning and go to the end. You can literally find your specific issue and go directly to that part in the book and go from there. In the book and in this course overall, she'll show you how to get taken off if you're on check systems, how to get removed from check systems, how to get removed from just all the bad stuff that you don't want to be a part of, so that you can build yourself, your business, and start creating your family dreams. This book, as far as removal of negative credit, this book will give you all of that. Plus, it comes with all of the credit repair letters that you could possibly want. So in this, what I always suggest to people, though, is when you buy the credit repair letters, what you're going to want to do is change them up a bit, because they're standardized. And you're going to want to change them up a little bit, and then every single letter that you send out, here are the credit repair letters, 95 sample letters and templates, yada yada. So ideally, you're going to want to change the letters up, keeping in what she's, the case law, the important stuff. But even with that, you can flip some of the words, okay? To make it more personal to you. Now, when you're sending in credit repair letters, I'm going to tell you point blank, you should always send them in with a return receipt and getting that little green card back in the mail, because you know that your time has started. And the way it works is that they have 30 days, which is, according to the CRA, 30 days is a reasonable period of time for the credit repair, for the credit companies, so Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, to get back with you. But I always give it 45 days, and you're going to want to, once again, spend the extra money so that you do a return receipt and get that in, which will give you a starting time, because you'll know when they received it, because it'll have a little stamp on it. They get so many letters that no one's going to sign for it, but it'll have a stamp date on it, so you'll know when that when that happened. Just get this Credit Info Center. It's the bookstore. You really need to get this, especially for the for the price tag. It's just the best. Remember, just go here to this URL, and that'll take you to the bookstore. So the next thing I'm going to go over is a site that I really don't tell many people about, and it's called Best Cash Cow. I don't tell too many people about it because I think this site is a gold mine, and it took a while to find this site. There's a couple of sites, this one and another one, that I suggest that my clients use, but this one, it'll give you, as you can see, virtually all the banks and credit unions in the country, as well as just everything about banking, right? Loans. If you're looking for a loan, it'll give you a wealth of different lenders that are out there, what they charge, right? So interest rates, everything that you could possibly think of that you're going to want and need. It'll give you the breakdown of all these different lenders. You can put in your specific, but it also, you got to keep in mind, it's not just for mortgages, even though that's what popped up. Auto, personal. It just gives you a wealth of lenders, and you can do it very specific to your area. Very, 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 very important. We're going to flip here to credit cards. I just can't stress it enough that Best Cash Cow is a gold mine of resources for you when you're trying to build your business. So now that you have this, now that you know how to get your credit right, there's something I want to tell you. And this is how a lot of people in the know will build out $1 million relatively fast. What they will do is they will use what's referred to in the real estate industry as a straw buyer. So a straw buyer in the real estate industry is someone who has good credit, and you have the deal. So you have a property that is worth purchasing. There's going to be money made on it. And so then you find someone, a straw buyer, who has good credit, but they don't have the deal. They don't have anything else. And so what would happen is that you connect with this straw buyer. The straw buyer uses their credit. You use your knowledge on, putting a deal together and all that good stuff. And then you make the deal happen, and then you both split the proceeds of that real estate deal. Well, the same thing can be done when you're dealing with credit, business credit, corporate credit, what have you. The same thing can be done. And that is, you find someone, and with credit, it can be done differently. You find someone that has good credit, and you make them a partner in your business. When you make them a partner in your business, it doesn't have to be anything substantial. You can give them a small percentage of this business idea that you have, of this corporation that you're going to set up. And then you will simply make them an officer in the corporation. It doesn't really matter what they are, but they will be, a vice president or a manager or chief operating officer, whatever it is that you want to choose for them. And the way a lot of people do this when they're trying to raise immense amounts of capital quickly is they will find 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, 20 people even, and they will set up their corporation, make sure everything is in line the way it needs to be. Make sure that your business looks like a business. I can't stress that enough, folks, is your business needs to look like a business. And once you have all of that in order, and you need to raise capital, let's say like the young lady I talked about the last time, who raised millions of dollars through a company called Republic. for her Sienna sauce. That's what it's called. It's a barbecue sauce for both, you know, fish and meat and whatever. You can do something similar, or use this as a starting point, what I'm telling you now, as a starting point to set yourself up so that you can go to a company like Republic, which you can then use their platform to raise, you know, capital before you go public with your business. All you do is you find people that have good credit. You interest them in your idea, in your business idea. Hopefully it's something that allows you to reach a mass of people. I'm not a fan of restaurants. I'm not a fan of you know, UPS stores and all those type of things, because it's hard to get wealthy off of those. You're creating a job for yourself, and that's not, in my opinion, real business, because you will always be stuck to that. So in real business, you want to create something so that if you're sitting on the sands in Hawaii or St. Kitts or you know, somewhere in the Bahamas, you are able to excuse me, live the life you desire while money's constantly coming in. That's a real business to me. Restaurants and all of that stuff, unless you're, you know, starting a chain of restaurants, you're not going to be able to find that type of lifestyle. So let's always try to keep in mind selling or offering a service that allows us to reach as many people as possible, and do so in a manner that once the business is up and running, you're not tied to it. It's not a job to you. So let me move on real quick. You already know from the first two videos that all you have to do is go through our book, which is right here. Get this book. It's free to you, as I keep on mentioning, and it will teach you how to raise capital. Then, once you're doing that for yourself, you find other people, 1 person, 10 people, it doesn't matter, that can raise capital with you. You can use the same corporation. Keep that in mind. If you can have one corporation like our corporation, all right, this is one of our businesses. I can use this business and I can go out and get credit. My wife can go out and get credit. My uncle, brother, cousin, friend can all go out and get credit under my corporation, and then, or LLC, and bring that capital back to the business so that we can do whatever it is we're doing. So maybe we're getting into buying apartment buildings, or you know, preferably buying tax lien sales, that type of thing. So that way it's an in and out, and there's a decent amount of profit to be made. So keep that in mind. You get your credit together. If necessary, if your credit's not what it needs to be, start here. Credit Info Center. Go to the bookstore, Credit Info Center bookstore. There's the URL for it. Get your credit right. Another thing that you should be doing if you're having problems building your credit out faster, find people in your family or friends that have a good credit card, or 2 or 3 or 4, and ask them to add you on as an authorized user. Explain to them that if they add you as an authorized user, you have no access to their credit card whatsoever. But if they have a card in good standing, especially with a low balance and high limit, all of that credit, so if it's a 10-year-old card, all 10 years will end up showing up on your credit file, thus boosting your credit score. So keep that in mind. That's an extremely powerful thing. I'm trying to give you a lot in a very short period of time. And I don't want to make a fourth video in this series. So keep that in mind. That's another way. As you're cleaning up your credit, you can do that. Also, keep in mind that you can find other people to be investors in your business. They don't have to have a dime, but if they have good credit, or you can use a system like this to build their credit, take off the negatives, do the work yourself for them, and then in turn, They go out and get loans and credit cards and what have you, business line of credit cards, utilizing the information once again that I teach here for free. Then you can easily start creating tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and potentially millions of dollars in credit that you can use to build your business. And then you can do things like I talked about in the last video. Go to sites like Republic or WeFunder and set your business up on there. And I showed you how people are making millions of dollars or generating millions of dollars to fund their businesses from sites like that. You can do the exact same thing. So people, stop failing at businesses because you have no money. I've given you all that you need to be able to go out and make it happen. So this video is over. If you want, you can always contact us. And this is the number. This is my number for everything. So you can always contact if you want to, take in our coaching services. Obviously, this is the price tag for our coaching services, but and that gives you 6 months of my time. For $5 grand, basically, you get 6 months of my time, and I will definitely make it worth your while. The information that we'll give you and help you is extraordinary. Plus, the research we'll do for your specific type of business is just phenomenal. And if you don't have $4,999, then you can always buy my time for 1 week, which will cost you $250. So give us a call if you're interested. Please, no tire kickers. I just don't have time for that. So you can do, even if you choose to do the whole $499 and for 6 months, it's just $1,500 down, $699 a month for the next 5 months to pay out for the whole 6 months. So however you want to do it, we're here to work with you. That's it. That's all. That's the end of this video. Hopefully you were able to get something out of it. Talk to you soon. Take care.